Please welcome Keshia Knight Pulliam. I know, she looks nice, right? You must understand that the show was actually taped long before this Cosby scandal broke, correct?
Absolutely.
How long ago was it taped?
It was taped the top of around March of last year.
So, but you haven't spoken to Cosby in, you said, like 5 years? Mm-hmm. Why is that? Do you speak to anybody else?
You know, it's not a thing. Like people, people get busy, life goes on.
Yeah.
And it's no love lost at all. It's just, we haven't spoken. So, I feel like people think, oh, the Cosby Show, because it's in reruns, because so many generations have experienced it, that we have dinner every Friday or something.
Yeah.
But we don't. The reality is the show, that was 30 years ago. So.
I would have still called him.
I mean.
Like Trump said.
But how would you feel if someone that you worked with, it's been 5 years since you talked, and they were like, yeah, so I need a check. Can you write me a check right quick?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a big check, but I mean, what's $5,000 to Bill Cosby?
I understand your perspective. However, I did what I felt in my heart was right.
Yeah.
And I would do it the same way.
Yeah.
That's what And the thing that people don't realize is that, there are a lot of other resources, and I had other checks coming, but you have to have secured funds. Like, it was a snowstorm coming up the East Coast.
Yeah.
We had a day's turnaround. It was really crazy. So there were other people who I tapped into, and I was hoping and expecting to get more than I did, and the numbers were incorrect. I had one check by itself for $7,000.
Wow.
So I actually brought in close to almost $10,000, and I made sure to work the register because numbers. I was keeping track because I knew they would ask me, how much did so-and-so make, whatever, what have you. And we had two people who brought in $0 for a fundraiser.
But they still sent you home, probably because you didn't use the Cosby. I mean, Donald, you're always stirring the pot. So I know probably why you got sent home. So now, in present day, that was probably one of the biggest stories of 2014, the sexual allegations, and it's not done yet. How do you feel about what's going on with him?
Honestly, that's not the man I know. The man I know has done a tremendous amount for colleges, for endowments, have given money so many people could go to school. And even what he did in the revolution he created with television. The Cosbys, we were the first family that no matter what race, religion, what have you, you saw yourself in. We saw how much more alike we were than we were different. And at the end of the day, they are allegations. I wasn't there. I don't know what happened.
Everything on the set seemed copacetic?
I don't have that story to tell of him. Okay. The man I know and love, is who I just described. The man who brought Marian Anderson to the set when I was studying her so that I could meet her in person.
So now, how do you feel about the reruns of The Cosby Show stopping your money and being pulled off the air? Because if they get pulled off, then you don't get residual checks, right?
Well, I feel that, right now, it's kind of in the heat of what's happening. And I hope that people won't allow allegations because, again, none of us were there. There are two sides to a story. And we are in America, and it is innocent till proven guilty in a court of law. So if they're going to bring whatever they do, if it's a horrible situation, however you slice it. But, I feel that once the dust settles, that people, recognize how much he's given to our society and with all of his work. So you can't take that away.
Yeah. Back to Celebrity Apprentice, which we love. Okay, were you surprised there in the boardroom that Kenya threw you under the bus?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I wasn't surprised.
Do you know her? Because you live in Atlanta and she's an Atlanta housewife. Do you know her in regular life?
Do we go to lunch? No.
Yeah. But you don't understand, the shade of it all is so entertaining to us watching.
But I get it. I completely understand, but that was one of the things that was very important to me. My integrity and my character as a woman, I'm not compromising for 15 minutes of fame.
Yes.
Got it.
Now, I honestly, I thought that they were gonna fire Kate Gosselin because she didn't bring in any money at all.
She deserved to be fired.
Yeah.
She absolutely did. She deserved to be fired. And I did it. I tried to be fair. I brought the people in who contributed, who did not bring as much, because it's a fundraiser. And for her to say that I was not very clear with what she needed to do, it's a fundraiser. Which word didn't you fund? Money, raise money. So, you know, the fact that...
And I heard that Donald actually did give you $25,000 for your charity.
Absolutely.
From his own pocket.
Absolutely. So
That's
for me,
nice.
I accomplished what I came to accomplish.
Yeah.
It was about raising money for Camp Kizzy. I walked away with $25,000. It was about raising the awareness for what we're doing in Atlanta. We're doing some great work. This is our 5th year.
Camp Kizzy?
Camp Kizzy. And you can, of course, go to campkizzy.org.
Okay.
And you can donate regardless. And what I can
Nice.
say, I started this. I was a Bonner Scholar when I was at Spelman College, which is a community service-based scholarship. So philanthropy, give back in the community, and doing it hands-on. And I was a sociology major. So
Yeah.
I've actually developed the program that the girls go through for Camp Kizzy. And this year we're introducing Project James, which is our boys' counterpart, as well as doing Camp Kizzy Bahamas with the girls of the Bahamas.
That
I'm
sounds
doing it with
great.
the government of the Bahamas. So.
One more thing before you go. I know that they asked you to be an Atlanta housewife at one point, and I guess you said no. Would you ever be an Atlanta housewife in the future?
On the show, absolutely not. But I'll be an Atlanta housewife at some point.
Are you still dating him?
Absolutely.
Good for you.
Yeah.
All right, well, it's nice to see you again. Keshia Knight Pulliam, everybody, and you make sure that you tune into part 2 of Celebrity Apprentice. The season premiere is tonight at 8 o'clock on NBC. For more information about Keshia's charity, Camp Kizzy, go to wendyshow.com.